Hello and welcome back to the Critically Clueless. I'm a Monk, and today we are back inside Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous with another character build. This one is a really interesting one. I've been excited to get to these. It's a lot of fun, and this is a true power build, absolute devastating power that we're going to be delivering. So if that's what you're looking for, then look nowhere else, guys. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel as well. That way you don't miss out on the next character guide build. Now, just bear in note, this is a beginner's guide. I'm not going to go too far into, what feats to pick and what to pick as you go down the line and up in level. This is a beginner's guide on what I think you should pick and how I think you should build your characters at the start of the game. I'm doing this on console as well, just for everyone's full disclosure. Now, this character is going to be a sorcerer build. And we're looking to make an overwhelming mage, and it's exactly as it sounds. The overwhelming mage is a very, very strong character, deals absolutely devastating damage. But it is important to note that this character is a class that you're going to be wanting to focus on. Multi-class in this character is probably not a great option, as the sorcerer builds are a little bit complicated anyway. However, one of the many bonuses or, good things about the overwhelming mage is when we level up, as we level up, level 1, for instance, level 6, 7, 13, we're going to be getting a passive, which is overwhelming spell and overwhelming spell penetration, meaning we're going to make sure that our attacks actually hit and they hit bloody hard. Moving on to the race selection, and you've got a really good few different options here. The human, as ever, is a valid option. You get those +2 bonus to an ability of your choice, and you get those extra feats as well. So being a human is a really good option. You could also be a gnome, which comes with that +2 to charisma, and again for halfling as well. A Tefling would also be a valid option, but for this build, we're going to go for an Azamar, who has a couple of clear benefits for this build. Also, we're looking into the heritage build, which will boost, many of them will boost charisma, which we're looking for. A couple of things to note here. If you are looking to do more of a conjurer, sorcerer, absolutely bona fide choice. Then it's going to be wanting to do Idlekin. That one you can get to summon a leopard or some mites and a few other bits like that. It just goes hand in hand with that conjurer build, which is a really good build. I might actually do that build a little bit later, but for us, we're going to be doing Ember King, which gets us a +2 to intelligence and charisma, and we also get the ability Burning Arc. Now, moving on to background, and for the build that we're doing, we're going to go regional and we're going to go for scholar. With this, it adds knowledge of the arcane, and it also adds a +2 bonus to knowledge arcane skill checks, which can be really handy as you play through the game. Skill allocation wise, as you can see, we've gone for 20 in charisma. Now, charisma is where we're going to get all of our power from on this build, and is another reason why this character is such a good idea for your starting companion, the one you're actually going around the game with, because it gives you those extra boosts and bonuses into persuasion. Having your main character have high persuasion is really good for roleplay purposes and making sure you get those dialogue outcomes as you want. It also makes for a decent leader as well. After that, any spare points you have available, I would chuck into dexterity. Dexterity helps a lot of range attacks, but it also helps spells such as Scorching Ray. With your rolls and stuff like that, just making sure that these attacks actually hit. When it comes to allocating your skill point, the game does a very good job in just telling you which ones to pick already. Knowledge of the arcane, persuasion, use magical device or valid options. Of course, play about with it as you want. I would highly recommend popping that point on persuasion note, especially if this is your main character. Now within this build, we're going for pure raging power. So we're not going to go for spell focus. Oh, no, 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 no. We're going to go all the way down for elemental focus. After that, pick which element you want. For the sake of this build, we're going for fire. I just think it's really cool. Rings nice and true. And then from then, we're going to be in choosing your bloodline. Choose something to match what you have picked. Top tip, if you're going to follow this build, however, my pick's going to be going down elemental bloodline fire. That is mimicking what we've just chosen for our skill focus as well. And you get some really awesome abilities from this. Level 1, for instance, you get elemental ray. Level 3, you get elemental resistance and burning hands. Level 5, you get scorching ray. Up next, we have the the spells that we get to choose. We're going to pick 2 now. Now, as you just saw, as I just mentioned, we actually get burning hands at level 3. However, you do have to actually get to level 3 in order to use it. You can pick it now, but honestly, there's probably not too much point, as like I said, you will get it later. However, the one that I would absolutely pick is Magic Missile. It's the strongest early game spell in the game. Pick it, you're not going to be disappointed. After that, pick whatever you like. For the sake of this build, we're just going to go for Burning Hands because it goes with what we're doing. But like I said, we will actually be getting that at level 3 anyway. So you've got a little bit of leeway there as to what it is you want to pick. And lastly, we have our deity. Now, I like to match up my domain here to the element that I have picked because I just think it goes in rather well. So we've done that, and that is our build, guys. After that, we have a couple of limited options of lawful evil or neutral evil. That pick is whatever you want to go for. This is kind of an evil build. I think it's a brilliant build. Absolutely heavy hitting build as well. However, you are going to be a bit of a glass cannon with this build. So just keep that in mind. Make sure you keep, to the back of the battlefield and are not accidentally front line. But guys, that is my Sorcerer class for you. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Hopefully you've learned something. If you do have an idea of possibly what you would like to do with your character, maybe even where I've gone wrong, let me know down in the comments. As ever, if anyone gives a ton of useful information, I will of course pin your comment for the rest of the community to have a little look-see at. But if you have enjoyed this video, consider hitting that like button and subscribing to the channel. We currently have 95% of all Pathfinder viewers not subscribed to the channel. It would help so much if you hit that subscribe button, and I very much appreciate it. We do also have that active Discord down below in the description if you want to join a Discord and talk about Pathfinder, talk about character builds, or maybe you just need some help, then the link will be there for you. Down with that link is also a link to 7 Broken and Bound. That is my upcoming novel, currently available for pre-order. It's going to be released in December 1st. It is a dystopian cyberpunk. But until next time, guys, I have been a monk, we've been a Critically Clueless, and I will see you in the next video real soon. Until then, take it easy, and as ever, happy gaming.